The QA market in 2026 has officially split into two groups. One group is struggling to even get interviews. The other is still getting hired, and the scary part is not experience alone that's deciding who wins anymore. It's mindset. Because over the last few months, something major has started happening across software testing. And most people still haven't realized it yet. Companies are no longer hiring testers just to execute test cases. They're hiring people who reduce uncertainty, and people who understand risks, and people who can work alongside that dreaded word, AI. And if your skill set still looks like it did back in 2021, for example, you may already be falling behind without even knowing it. So in this video, I'm going to break down the following. Which QA roles are rising? Which QA roles are declining? What employers are actually asking for now? And the impact AI is really having. And this is from across the world. Whether it's in the UK where I am, across Europe, in India, anywhere else in the world, the US, etc. I've got it all covered here for you. And let's have a look what the market is looking like now in May 2026 as this is recorded, but also moving into 2027. So let's get into it. Now first, let's address the obvious question. Is QA dying? No. But the structure of QA is absolutely changing, and honestly, the market now looks very different compared to even 12 months ago. What we're seeing globally is smaller QA teams, faster delivery expectations, more AI-assisted workflows, higher pressure on release cycles, and a shift away from repetitive execution work. Companies are under pressure to move faster, which means leadership teams are asking, how do we reduce the repetitive work? And increasingly, AI is becoming part of that answer. Now, here's why many testers misunderstand what's happening. AI is not replacing quality engineering. It's just going to replace the repetitive execution. That is a huge difference because businesses will still need people who can evaluate risk, have understanding of products, make decisions, exploratory thinking, communication, and strategy. AI still struggles heavily with context, and context is where good QA professionals create value. But if your role is mostly following scripts, repeating regression packs, executing low content checks, updating spreadsheets, or even writing very basic test cases, then yes, that part of the market is absolutely under pressure, and the data we're about to show you is going to show that as well. Now in this, we're going to be able to give you a free PDF guide with all of this information in about the current job market, what's rising, what's declining, etc. So I'll put a link to that in the description and in the pinned comment, and as I say, it's absolutely free. And if you go on inside STLC.com, you'll find more of these PDF documents that are all free to download. Anyway, let's get back in. So let's talk about areas of QA currently under most pressure in 2026. The first one is probably obvious: pure manual execution roles. Now, before people panic in the comments, I'm not saying manual testing itself is dead. Exploratory testing is still extremely valuable. Human judgment is still extremely valuable. But pure execution only roles, those are shrinking. Especially roles where the value simply is click this, run this, compare this, log this. Because AI tools are better at handling repetitive work every single day. We're also seeing pressure on test case factory roles, large repetitive regression teams, low context offshore execution models, and environments where QA is treated purely as a delivery game. So another interesting shift that we're seeing is companies are increasingly expecting hybrid testers, meaning if a role is manual focused, employees are still expecting awareness of APIs, automation concepts, CI/CD, observability, AI tooling, and modern delivery workflows. The market is moving away from I only do manual testing towards I understand quality across delivery, and that is a massive shift, and honestly a lot of people still haven't adapted to it yet. Now let's talk about some positive sides. Who's still getting hired? Because despite all the gloom online, companies are still hiring. But people getting hired now usually have a different profile from maybe that of 4 or 5 years ago. The market is rewarding testers who think critically, understand business impact, communicate clearly, use AI effectively, understand risk, and can operate inside modern delivery teams. And interestingly, the high value testers in 2026 are not often the people with the most tools. They're the people with the best judgment. That's the real shift. We're also seeing strong growth in automation engineering, SDET roles, API testing, security testing, performance testing, AI evaluation, and modern quality engineering roles. Playwright demand in particular has exploded. Selenium is actually still heavily used across a lot of enterprise environments, despite lots of videos probably on this platform saying that Selenium is dying. This is actually especially in large organisations where they still do rely heavily on the Selenium frameworks in those regulated industries. But modern engineering teams increasingly are looking at things like Playwright, API first testing, AI assist workflows, and integrated quality engineering practices. So another important trend is companies now care massively about adaptability, because technology is changing too quickly for just static skill sets. So people thriving now are usually curious, learning continuously, comfortable with change, and willing to evolve their workflows. And that now matters most than ever. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, AI. Because there's still a huge amount of confusion around this topic. AI is not, and I've said this many times on this channel, and I'm saying it many times in this video, not replacing all testers. And that is the key, all. But it is changing the economics of software delivery. And that matters. What AI does extremely well is it generates, accelerates, summarizes, executes repetitive tasks, creates drafts, and speed up workflows. But, and this is the bit where you have to be really on the ball, AI struggles with nuance, ambiguity, business context, prioritization, ethics, trade-offs, and true risk evaluation. Which is why the future of QA is increasingly becoming human judgment plus AI acceleration, hand in hand, not human versus AI. And honestly, the testers who learn to use AI properly are becoming significantly more productive. That's why I keep saying AI won't replace testers, but testers using AI may replace testers who refuse to adapt. That's the real market shift happening right now. Now, something really important. The QA market is no longer behaving globally. Different regions are moving at different speeds. So in the UK, we're seeing increasing expectations around hybrid QA skill sets. Manual only opportunities appear to be shrinking fast, especially at junior level. If we go across the Atlantic into the US, there's a strong growth around product-focused QA, quality engineering, AI governance, and automation-heavy delivery environments. Europe still has a relatively strong enterprise and regulated testing demand, particularly around security, performance, compliance, and enterprise transformation. Now, India remains one of the most competitive automation markets in the world, and there is still huge demand for Selenium, Playwright, SDET capability, framework engineering, and scalable delivery. But also, potentially one of the most markets exposed to the repetitive execution automation. So for the people in India at the moment in time and that region, I would think about what your role is at the moment in time and think about how you can maybe adapt and change. So geography now matters more than ever, and understanding global trends is becoming a genuine career path. Now, let's talk about the mistakes, because I think a lot of people are currently focusing on the wrong things. The biggest mistakes that I see, people obsessing over tools instead of capability. Every week somebody asks, what tool should I learn? But honestly, tools change constantly. The real value now comes from risk thinking, product understanding, communication, technical awareness, adaptability, and decision making. And another huge mistake, thinking automation alone guarantees your safety in this industry. It doesn't. Automation execution is becoming cheaper every year. Judgment is becoming more valuable. And finally, too many people are still learning passively. They're watching just maybe a tutorial on how to write with this tool, how to run this test, memorizing answers, collecting certificates, but not actually building any capability. That approach is becoming dangerous for me in this market. And I have all of this available to you as free downloads on my website. So check out InsideSTLC.com. I'll put the link in the description and I go through all the different things that you need to know, you should know, and want to know. So, what should you actually focus on now moving forward? Well, here's what I'd recommend. First, learn modern QA thinking. Not just tools, you need to understand the following things, and it's so important that you actually understand this. First of all, risk, impact, product quality, delivery flow, and decision making. Secondly, start using and learning AI tools now. Not because AI will replace you, but because AI assisted workflows are now becoming normal. You've got to embrace the change, not push against it, because if you do, you won't be having a job in this industry for very long. Third, improve your communication. Honestly, this skill alone massively separates senior testers from junior ones. Fourth, understand modern delivery pipelines. It's around CI/CD awareness, API understanding, observability, integrated quality thinking, and finally, stay adaptable. Because the people who survive the next 5 years in QA won't necessarily be the ones with the most experience, they'll be the people willing to evolve. The QA market isn't disappearing, but low value QA absolutely is. And right now, the industry is splitting into two very different groups. The people adapting to the modern delivery and the people hoping the market goes backwards. Trust me, it won't. So the question isn't, will QA survive? The real question is, will you survive and your skill set evolve fast enough to stay valuable? If you found this useful, make sure you are subscribed to Inside STLC. And if you want the free QA market guide and AI testing resources, they're linked below in the description. I'll add it into the pinned comment as well. Until next time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next Inside STLC episode. Goodbye.